Hey guys, welcome back to Cloud and AI Analytics. I'm Vignesh, and in this video we are going to see one of the important service offered by Google Cloud called Cloud Run. So this video it is going to be a mix of both practical and theoretical part. In theoretical section we will start with understanding what is Cloud Run, how it is different from Google Kubernetes engine, and what are the features of Cloud Run. And in the practical part we will be seeing how to implement a simple web service in Cloud Run. So without any further delay, so Cloud Run. So what is Cloud Run? Cloud Run is something very similar to Google Kubernetes engine, but the difference is Google Kubernetes engine, it is going to be a managed service where we, as a user, we will be creating a cluster will be created and we will be managing or owning the infrastructure. Whereas Cloud Run, it is going to be a serverless structure, a serverless service where there is no need of managing any cluster or managing any infrastructure. We have to just deploy the code in the form of containerization. So the difference between Cloud Run and Google Kubernetes engine is Kubernetes engine, it is a managed service and also a cluster will be created and owned by a user. Whereas Cloud Run, it is mainly and it is mostly owned by the Google Cloud itself. As a user, we will be just worried or we will be concerned about the code which we are developing for the particular use case. So Cloud Run, it is container to production in seconds. So the code will be containerized and it will be directly deployed to production. So that is what it is. It comes with a line called container to production in seconds. So Cloud Run is a fully managed compute platform that lets you run containers directly on top of Google's scalable infrastructure. So when we say it is a serverless, everything like the scaling, load balancing, everything it is monitored and it is taken care by the Google Cloud. We as a user, we don't need to worry about the infrastructure. Based on the volume of that load, it will automatically scale it. Like according to it, it can get more instances or it can create less instances. That is not a developer or a user worry point. It is fully controlled by Google Cloud. So Cloud Run allows developers to spend their time writing their code. So as a developer, we have to just spend our time on working or building the code. It may be in Python, Java, Go, C Sharp, .NET, and the other languages as well. And very little time operating, configuring, and scaling their Cloud Run services. So we will not be operating, configuring. That is not our service, or that is not our work. It is basically Google Cloud's work. So you can deploy code written in any programming language on Cloud Run if you build a container image from it. So we have, as a user, we have to just write the code according to our use case and we have to build a container image from it. So that is what we will be doing. So you don't have to create a cluster or manufacture in order to be productive with Cloud Run. So as I mentioned earlier, it is completely a serverless service and it is completely fully monitored by Google Cloud itself. So it is built on top of Knative. So Knative is Kubernetes fully managed serverless platform for containerized application. The only difference between Cloud Run and Google Kubernetes engine is this. So in Kubernetes engine, we are going to create and own the infrastructure, whereas in Cloud Run, we don't own anything except for the code. So zero infrastructure management, and we will be using or we will be paying as per the uh, pay as per use model only. So what on what basis is like on the basis of CPU, memory, request, and networking. So CPU, memory, request, and networking based on the volume of the data. So on Cloud Run, your code can either run continuously as a service or as a job. So this is a functionality offered by Cloud Run. So where we will be able to run as a service or we will be able to run as a job. Both service and jobs run in the same environment. So it will be the same environment. There is no separate environment for those things and can use the same integrations with other GCP services on Google Cloud. So it is readily interact or integrate with other GCP services. So these are some services where we will be using, like where are the services offered by Google Cloud. So here you can see Cloud Run comes as a Cloud Run service and Cloud Run jobs. So what is Cloud Run services? So it is used to run code that responds to web requests or events. So these are some popular use cases where we will be using Cloud Run as a service. So when we are working with websites and web applications, or when we are working with API and microservices, or when we are working with any event driven architecture and streaming data processing, so this is where we will be using the Cloud Run as a service. And then the next thing is cloud run jobs. So used to run code that performs work. So it will be like something where we will be able to use for a particular job. So that is what that is how where we will be using this cloud run. So it is used to run code that performs work as job and quits when the work is done. So when the work is there, cloud run will execute as a job, and once it is done, it will quit the job. So it will quit the work. That is what it is. So some of the popular use cases where we will be using cloud run as jobs are like for database migration or other operational tasks. So the database migration, it will be happening for a defined time, like it is not going to be a continuous, right? Like for 4 hours or for 6 hours. That is what the migration will be. So if that is a job or that is a work, database has to be migrated, so that is a job. So in that case we will be using cloud run. So whereas if you see stream data processing or API and microservices, it is going to be a continuous, it is not going to stop, or there is no a time bound it is there. So processing all files in a cloud storage bucket, create and send invoices, run a database query, and upload result. These are some popular use cases. So it is easily, like it will be fully integrated end-to-end developer experience. So no limitations in languages, binaries, and dependencies. So you can just write a code and convert into image, container-based image. So you will be easily portable because of container-based architecture. So as we know, like container, it is like you will be able to easily portable. So there is no any restriction, like you will be able to work with multi-cloud, you will be able to work with hybrid, and even you will be able to work with on-premise as well. So it easily integrates with other GCP services, and you will be able to use an existing Kubernetes investment as well. Like if we wanted, like if there is a Kubernetes if there is a Kubernetes job, or if there is any related to Kubernetes, we will be able to easily integrate with this cloud run, which is basically it will consider it as a serverless workloads. So this is what a theoretical part. So as we know, like cloud run cloud service is very important. You have to understand that difference. That is what. So now enough of the theory part. We will just jump into this practical implementation. So to do that, I am inside my console. So I'll be logging inside my console. So this is my console, Google Cloud Console, and you can just click on this navigation menu, view all products. Under serverless, you will be able to find this cloud run. So this is what the cloud run is. So here you can see create a service, create job. So this lab I'm going to use create service. In the next or in the upcoming in other videos, I'll be explaining you what is job and how to work with job also. So for now, I'll just click on this create service. It is going to be very easy, very straightforward. We are going to use the sample container. So everything, it is already there. The image is already there. We have to just configure those things, and we are going to hit it. So here you can see deploy one version from an existing container image. So we will be seeing what is continuous deploy in the other video. So for just click on this test with a sample container. So everything, you can see it is everything pre-configured. It is a sample, right? So everything is configured by Google Cloud. So US Docker package, and this is the cloud run, and it is going to give an hello web page. So that is what it is. So the next thing is the service name. If you wanted, you can just give hello world, or service name also you can give whatever you wanted. And the region is US Center 1, and CPU allocation and pricing. So CPUs only allocated during request processing, and CPUs always allocated. So this is where related to pricing. So CPUs always allocated, it is going to be a bit more chargeable when CPUs only allocated during request processing. So for example, if there is 10 GB of data, based on this 10 GB of data, it will be able to allocate the CPU. But in once you click, if once you select this, based on 10 GB also, it is going to be like for example, if you are creating 5 CPUs, it is going to be run even if it is 10 GB, even if it is 100 GB, the 5 which 5 CPUs for 5 virtual CPUs it is going to run all the time. So we will go with this, and the minimum number of instances, let it be 0, and maximum number of instances, and we are going to allow all the traffic. And authentication, for now we are going to click on this allow unauthenticated invocations. And next, the container. So we are going to use the predefined, right? So we are not going to configure anything, and this is the port number 8080 is the container port, and rest everything we are going to keep it the same. So just click on this create. So it will take some time. um, it, yes, if you see, it is done. So it took me just a fraction of seconds. Here you can see what is the region, and this is the URL. If you just copy, or if you just click on this URL, you'll be able to see a website. So this is the web service. It is running. Congratulations, you successfully deployed a content image to Cloud Run. So this is the created version, and this is my project ID and the region. So here you can see all those. Like, this is just a very simple mic service, and you can see the metrics. All the metrics you can find it here related to this particular service. You will be able to see all the service monitoring tools, metrics, all those things. And this logs, you will be able to find all the logs inside here, whatever the cloud run. Since it supports microservice architecture, like every all the logs will be, you will be able to find it here. And the revisions, so if there is multiple revisions, like this is the first version, we can have it deploy the second version, third version. So the same way we'll be able to do it. And if you wanted to manage traffic between two different versions, for example, this is my first version and this is the latest version. So I just wanted to test how this version is going to work. For that is what we'll be able to manage traffic. So I can really split. So 80% of traffic can go here and 20% come here. So this is how I'll be able to test the new version. And if it works fine, uh, I'll be able to point all the traffic to this version, and I can slowly degrade this also. So that is how you will be able to do this revision, networking, security, and triggers. Like obviously, like event based triggers also we will be able to do it, and integration and YAML configuration. Since it is a Kubernetes service and YAML is something very close to Kubernetes, right? So you will be able to see all the configurations here. So and so that's it for this video. I hope you learned something from this video. If you have any questions or any comments, please post that in the comment section. I'll take a look at it and reply to it as soon as possible. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe to Cloud and AI Analytics. I'll be uploading continuous videos on Google Cloud, different services. Please support me on this journey. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, it's bye from Vignesh. Happy learning. Thank you.